Hello, this is Riley Porter with Seattle Sumo. You are listening to a commentary track for Day 6 of the 1964 Haru Basho. That is the March contest. The video coverage can be found on the Japan Sumo Association's YouTube channel and accessed with a $9 monthly membership. I'll include a link for that down below. As usual, I'll count backwards from 3. 3, 2, 1. As I hit the N in 1, I'll hit play. You'll do the same, and we'll be in sync for the day's coverage. And without further ado, I'll get the countdown going and start us off here. 3, 2, 1. Futabayama, Taiho, Chianofuji, Archive. The senior Yokozuna and the Tokitsukaze Ozeki are leading the action coming into today. Here we've got one of our Shinpan. It's Futagoyama Oyakata, the former Wakanohana, only retired just a couple years ago. Branched out to form his own stable. Here's Asasegawa, one of our Shinyumaku. He's up against Juryo guest Wakanokuni from the Hanakago stable, which Wakanohana fought for. Both Wakas. A little bit of pushing on the throat, but not getting too much inside work as Asasegawa tries to pull Wakanokuni past him, but Wakanokuni staying in front, trying to thrust over Asasegawa, but Asasegawa keeps trying to drive inside, get that inside left. He's got it, and finishes Wakanokuni Yorikiri. So Asasegawa gets his second win here on day 6. Been struggling a bit here, but he's still in it. Could get a Kachikoshi, could stick the landing as it were. We'll see. That's his 4th win in 5 meetings against Wakanokuni. Now, Fusanishiki is up against Wakanaruto. It's a 1-0 head-to-head in Wakanaruto's favor, though Fusanishiki is the more experienced of the two, certainly. Low charge from Fusanishiki. Follows it up, but gets slipped at the last second. Good dodge there from Wakanaruto sends Fusanishiki stumbling out. Wakanaruto picks up a win. I suppose they just call that Hitaki Komi or something along those lines. Wakanaruto goes 3-3, Fusanishiki 2-4. Tamanoshima, the other Shinyumaku, new member to the division, up against Aono Sato. It's their first meeting. Aono Sato's in the division for a little bit now. Cutting inside with the right is Aono Sato, trying to push him off. Is Tamanoshima can't create the distance. Well, now Tamanoshima's in trouble here. Morozashi from Aono Sato, but Tamanoshima sneaks his right inside. He's hanging on here, has really got his heel on the edge, but he twists around at the last second. Not enough, though. Aono Sato just flicks him over. He sticks with that inside right and, wins by, I'm not really sure what the Kimari take for that would be. Could have been a throw or, let's just call it a throw. Like Watenage, Shitatenage. In any event, Aono Sato gets his 3rd win, his first in his first meeting with Tamanoshima. Now it's Kane no Hana, struggling a bit here. He's on 1-4. His opponent doing a little worse off, Wakahaguro, yet to pick up his first win. It's a 4-4 head-to-head, even so far. Low charge, Kane no Hana has already got Wakahaguro's heel to the edge. Now Kane no Hana's got the outside left. Trying to wrench over Wakahaguro. Wakahaguro's sticking with it. He's got decent footing here. Heavy, so hard to move, even if he's not really on the attack. Well, a stalemate here, not too surprisingly. Bit of a standoff. Kane no Hana looks like he wants to sync up that inside right. Wakahaguro's pinching the arm, but just a couple more inches, and he's there. Wakahaguro doing well to protect his belt. Even as he retains a position not so favorable as Kane no Hana. Kane no Hana inches forward a bit here. One good little throw or push should do it. Driving in, dropping his hips as Kane no Hana, and he finishes Wakahaguro Yorikiri. So that was good Gaburi Yori. Thrusting with the gut there. Popping his hips, Kane no Hana. Gets his second win. Wakahaguro, that's his 6th straight loss. And Kane no Hana takes the edge in their head-to-head. So good effort from Kane no Hana. Now it's Tsurugamine up against Wakatenryu. It's a 1-1 head-to-head, though Tsurugamine can certainly said to be the more experienced and technically adept of the two. And Tsurugamine tries to get in that Morozashi. He's got it. Now he puts Wakatenryu on the edge and throws him out Yorikiri. So Tsurugamine, the Morozashi master, just jams both arms double inside. Takes him a second, but he gets there, and then Wakatenryu's not really able to do much to defend himself, so Tsurugamine takes the edge in their head-to-head. Now it's 2-1 in his favor, and he advances to 4-2 in this basho. So not doing too badly for himself. Maedagawa, our stout pusher from Takasago Stable, is up against Dewanishiki. It's a 5-3 head-to-head in Dewanishiki's favor. And a hard charge from Maedagawa. Trying to work his arms both inside. Now he's got a Morozashi and scoop throw from the right arm under the armpit to send Dewanishiki down. So Maedagawa gets his 4th win, both in the basho and in his head-to-head with Dewanishiki, bringing them a little closer. Now it's 5-4 in Dewanishiki's favor. Dewanishiki, a fading veteran. Maedagawa still got plenty of firepower. Alrighty. Now it's Sawa Hikari. He's on a roll after a disappointing Hatsu. He's 5 straight now here in Haru, and up against a very in-form Ogi no Hana. It's a 1-0 head-to-head in Ogi no Hana's favor. And a bit of a delayed start, but hopping in as Ogi no Hana is sliding that left inside. Sawa Hikari's got the outside right on the belt. Ogi no Hana, now he's Morozashi. Sawa Hikari's in trouble here. Ogi no Hana finishes him Yorikiri. So good arm work there from Ogi no Hana. Cuts in with the left early on, and then a little bit of a grip change there. Fighting with the hands to get his right inside, and that's all she wrote. So Ogi no Hana, he's in great shape this basho. Moves to 5-1. So does Sawa Hikari. So Sawa Hikari drops off the leader group, though any Maegashira can be said not to really be in the leader group at this stage, even if he's undefeated, in my view. In any event, now it's Wakanami up against Tama Arashi. These guys are both short with strong backs. So good matchup for each other. A bit of thrusting from Tama Arashi trying to keep Wakanami off him, but now he's got the outside right. Wakanami's got the inside left, and a lift out from Tama Arashi. So the battle of the short lifters is won by Tama Arashi, the heavier of the two. Moves to 5-1 and to 4-1 in his head-to-head with Wakanami. So it's been like this a bit in the past. Tama Arashi and Wakanami, very similar style, but Tama Arashi is maybe a little, being a bit bulkier makes it difficult for Wakanami. Here's Toyokuni, pusher from Tokitsukaze up against Iwakaze from the Wakamatsu stable. Not quite synced up there on the Tachi-ai. We'll try again. It's a 3-0 head-to-head in Toyokuni's favor, so should give him some confidence going into this match. And a dodge from Iwakaze. Now he comes in low as per the usual. He's pushing up there on the arms of Toyokuni. Now he's inside with the right. Lifting here. He's got that left outside, strong. Toyokuni's matching him for a grip, but Toyokuni is really better open than he is on the belt. Iwakaze, on the other hand, is right where he wants to be. Iwakaze pulls back a bit, wrenches up on that outside left. A little bit of a leg trip attempt. Toyokuni lifts. They're deadlocked here. Now the Gyoji stops up the action. He's going to tighten up Iwakaze's belt. And back to it. Well, Toyokuni looks like he wants to create some distance here, break the arms off. And he does just that. He breaks the outside left grip of Iwakaze. Iwakaze wants to bring it back on, but Toyokuni is not having it. There it is. Iwakaze's back on the outside left. He's trying to lift, but does it work? Well, that was a quite an impressive uchari. A backwards pivot throw from Iwakaze. The Gyoji gives it to him. There's no objection from the Shinpan, the ringside judges. So it goes to Iwakaze. Well, a very spirited effort from both Dikishi. Iwakaze gets his first win against Toyokuni in 4 attempts. So some nice work from the Crouching Tiger today. Amatsukaze, he's 1-4. Not doing super hot against Uragawa, a little better, 2-3. It's a 4-2 head-to-head in Amatsukaze's favor. Rushing across the line as Uragawa loses his balance there for a moment, but he's sticking with it. Amatsukaze's pushing in. Uragawa gets that frontal grip for a moment. Now an inside leg trip attempt, Uchigake. Oh, he's really driving it, but didn't quite work. Amatsukaze hangs on. Another Uchigake attempt, and this one sticks Uragawa. Gets the win. Well, how about that from Uragawa? That was a wonderful effort there. And in front of his coach, one of our Shinpan here is Miyagino Oyakata, Uragawa's coach. He's not on screen at the moment. And it looks like the Shinpan are leaving. So you won't see him again for the rest of the day. There we go. Former Wakabayama passing by. Alright, the Shinpan are shuffling in. Let me check in my notes here. There's Dekiyama Oyakata, the former Shionoumi, with the Deiwa Noumi stable, and our masked man back up in the front row again. Alright, Kainoyama is up against Hagorogawa. Hagorogawa's in pretty good form this basho. Kainoyama cuts in with the left. Grip's broken off by Hagorogawa for a moment. Hagorogawa cuts in with the left of his own and pushes out Kainoyama. One-way traffic Yorikiri. So pretty good drive there from Hagorogawa. He's in great shape. Very strong core. Kainoyama's a bit more of a technical wrestler, so couldn't quite get in the grip stance he wanted and wasn't too much issue to push him out at that point. Hagorogawa gets his 4th win. Kitano Fuji, Shin Komosubi, not doing too terribly. He's on 3-2 after 5 days up against senior Sekiwake Daigo. Their first meeting, of course. Kitano Fuji, up-and-comer. Daigo, experienced veteran. At one time a champion. Won a youth show a few years ago. Back under his old ring name of Wakamisugi. A lot of guys from the Hanakago stable, have Waka at the beginning of their name, in deference to Waka no Hana. Alright, good start from Kitano Fuji, blasting into the chest, got to the inside left, swinging Daigo to the edge, but Daigo holds on, gets to a bit of throwing of his own with that outside right, and crushes Kitano Fuji. Might call that Watanage, might call that Yoritaoshi. He was really crushed him there at the end. Daigo emerges victorious in his first meeting with Deiwa Noumi's Rising Star. Gets to his 4th win. So Daigo still keeping that slight flicker of an Ozeki dream alive. Kiyokuni, the junior Sekiwake, is up against Wakamiyama, who is in his 2nd top division basho. Kiyokuni in his 3rd. Kiyokuni gets to a running start, pushing up on the chest of Wakamiyama there, but Wakamiyama surges back in. Looking for that inside right. Almost there. Well, he's cut inside, not on the belt though. Now he's on the belt. Kiyokuni's trying to wrench up the frontal left of the belt here. I think Kiyokuni wanted to finish this open. Now that they're closed up, Wakamiyama's greater weight should serve him pretty well. Bearing down on Kiyokuni here. Kiyokuni trying to tuck the head in. Now he's trying to throw, but that belt's just too loose. And Wakamiyama finishes things with a big shove. So Oshidashi, Tsukidashi, Yorikiri, whatever they call it, Wakamiyama gets his 3rd win. And his 2nd in 6 meetings with Kiyokuni. So kind of overcame the odds there, which is good. He's at a pretty high spot on the Banzuke. Definitely a tough schedule for Wakamiyama, or Maegashira too. the youngest man in this division, I think about 20. Kairyu-yama is up against Ozeki Sadanoyama, senior stablemate to Kitano Fuji. It's 12-2 head-to-head in Sadanoyama's favor. So this is an uphill battle for Kairyu-yama. Well, that Tatsui did not come off. Neither did Kishi in a rush here. Try again. Pushing at the beginning is Sadanoyama, good Tsupari. Kairyu-yama closes things up, gets that outside left, now inside right. He's trying to protect his belt. Sadanoyama's got the inside right, but he's not got that outside left yet. He'd like it. He's reaching for it. Kairyu-yama drives in, drops his hips. Now he walks them back into the middle. That didn't quite work. Sadanoyama wants that outside left. Kairyu-yama's inside right grip is a little loose here. Can't quite sync up the belt. Now he's sunk it up. Looking strong. If Kairyu-yama can keep attacking from the left here, should be his best bet. Sadanoyama. He's good on a frontal attack, but a thrower he's not typically. I think he's perfectly capable. Reaching for the belt again is Sadanoyama. I think Sadanoyama would really prefer to do this with both hands on. If he tries to just do a Shitate Nage, I think Kairyu-yama will just bear down on him and finish him, given his position. So Sadanoyama doesn't really have a lot of options here besides pulling in, closing the distance, and trying to outmuscle him, which I think he can do. Kairyu-yama drives in, really deepens his grip there with the right. Sadanoyama, he's got that outside left, what he's been looking for. Now it's Yotsuzumo, all four hands on. A little bit of shuffling around here, but still a stalemate. Well, as this match continues, I think it really favors... Well, it could favor either man. I would say Sadanoyama in general. I mean, he certainly has improved his position over the course of the match. Kairyu-yama really, I think, had his best chance of winning pass a long time ago. Sadanoyama drops his hips in, pulling away. Kairyu-yama putting himself more in the middle of the ring. Well, he improves his footing slightly, I think, but still looking dicey here for Isegahama's, well, not his top man for this basho, but one of their senior Dikishi in terms of experience. A little leaning here. See a little tug. Waiting for the right opportunity. A little more shuffle. These two might just take it to a water break if they hit the 4-minute mark, which at this rate I wouldn't be at all surprised to see. I think that Kairyu-yama's really playing defense here. It seems like Sadanoyama's the one that wants to get the attack going. Kairyu-yama, I think, at this point, wants to wait for some kind of throw or pull down. Just be my guess. Sadanoyama's pretty deep with that right. Pulling a bit here, trying to wrench up that outside left to Sadanoyama. Kairyu-yama just drops his hips. Stands his ground. Something of a foot sweep attempt there from Sadanoyama, but didn't come off. Sadanoyama drops his hips, but is repelled. Kairyu-yama continues to stand his ground. And pause. It looks like they're going for a water break here. Well, hopefully after a breather, these two will be able to close this off. They're back on, right back in the same position. The Gyoji's kept track of it. Well, not exactly fireworks here after the break, but still. Well, the lockup continues. Teetering back and forth, the two leaning on each other, minding their breathing. Looks to me like Kairyu is breathing a little faster here, which to me is not a good sign for him. Sadanoyama looks a little cooler. Sadanoyama leaning his gut in a little bit here, testing the water. Pulling is Sadanoyama. Kairyu drives in. Ooh, that was dangerous there, a moment for the Ozeki, but he walks him back to the middle here. Try something else. Well, Sadanoyama, I'm sure he'd love a stronger grip on the belt there. Kind of got the loose outside layer with the outside grip. The outer layer of the belt with the outer left grip. Well, to me, this seems inevitable that Sadanoyama will take it, if only because Kairyu doesn't really seem to be generating any kind of attack. And I don't really think at this point he'll be able to set up Sadanoyama for any kind of backwards pivot or anything like that. Still, Sadanoyama wants to finish this. Kairyu holding firm, leaning on the Ozeki. Sadanoyama wrenches up on the outside there, drives in. Kairyu looks like he tried to scoop him over. Dropping in and finishing things finally is the Ozeki. Sadanoyama comes out victorious. Gets his 13th win in 16 meetings against Kairyu. Well, that was a long one. Good effort from both men. A lot of patience there from the Ozeki. Over eagerness really could have been his undoing there. Yutakayama in great form. He's 5 straight and he's up against Myobudani, who's not looking too bad either. Unfortunately, their head-to-head is 9-0 in Yutakayama's favor. And that's unfortunate for Myobudani. Doesn't really give him much confidence going into this. A little bit of a throw push. Now they're coming to grips. Inside right for both. Outside left. Locked up here in the middle. Both these Thikishi are the tallest in the division. They're tied. And a lift out from Yutakayama. Tsuridashi. Which is also Myobudani's specialty, is lifting. Well, Yutakayama beats Myobudani for the 10th time straight. Moves to his 6th straight win. Well, he's in good shape. Keeping dreams of his first Yusho alive and well. Haguro is up. On 1-4, not doing super hot. And he's got Ozeki Tochi Hikari. They've had 38 meetings. The biggest head-to-head in this division. 20 of those have gone the way of Haguro. Low charge, trying to get the frontal grip is Haguro, but doesn't sneak it up and is pushed out in short order by Tochi Hikari. So that much closer to even in their head-to-head. It's 19-20 in Haguro favor, but Tochi Hikari gets the win today. Moves to 3-3. Has struggled a bit here in the opening week, but that was a pretty good show of force there from the Ozeki. Good Dayashi. Consistent forward movement, which is a strength of Tochi Hikari. Better to see him go forward than to the side. Kitabayama is up. We'll see if he can keep pace with Yutakayama, his fellow Tokitsukaze Ozeki. His opponent, Fujinishiki, is yet to get his first win. It's a 15-10 head-to-head in Kitabayama's favor. Kitabayama will want to get the grip on the belt quickly. Fujinishiki will want to keep him off and push him out. Fujinishiki pushes but doesn't move forward very much. Kitabayama trying to work his hands in. Not having a ton of luck here. Fujinishiki's doing well to push him off and almost out. But Fujinishiki loses his footing at the last second, collapses just before Kitabayama steps out of the ring. So, a very close call for the Ozeki. But thankfully for him, Fujinishiki's legs just didn't stick with him. Well, Kitabayama, he's staying in the race. Doing well to represent Tokitsukaze. This little sideburns there, got a little bit mussed up. There's Kashiwado up against Hirokawa. It's a 1-0 head-to-head in Kashiwado's favor. So only met once. The Yokozuna won it. Hirokawa at the very top of the Maegashira. Does a bit of a scoot there. Jumps the gun. Hirokawa will want to strike true with the hands to the chest on Kashiwado. Kashiwado will probably just try to barrel through him. And they're going to try a third time on this Tachiai. Hirokawa seems a bit nervy. And he blasts in. A little bit of a sidestep and push back from Kashiwado. Hirokawa's trying to pull him down and then drive forward and then scoop him down. Kashiwado stays on his feet and throws down Hirokawa. Well, that was a pretty good effort from Hirokawa, the pusher from Miyagi no stable. The Yokozuna really on the run there, but showed good strength and good ring awareness. Moves to a 6th straight win. Avoids giving away a gold star. Keeping pace with the other senior Yokozuna, Taiho. Now here is Tsune Nishiki. Yet to pick up a first win at his career best rank, Maegashira 1. He's up against Yokozuna Taiho, who is 5 straight. And as far as his winning streak is concerned, that's about 21 straight wins. Blasting in is Tsune Nishiki. Scooping down and out is Taiho. So, pretty easy win for the Yokozuna. A nice charge there from Tsune Nishiki. But Taiho is, well, he's big, he's strong, and flexible. Really not too fussed there. Just took on the incoming fighter and brushed him off. Taiho moves to 6 straight. Certainly didn't have to put in as much effort as Kashiwado. Wakachichibu. He had to pick up his first win. He's up against Shin Yokozuna Tochinoumi, who after dropping his first 2 bouts has gone 3 straight, so things are looking better and better. It's a 12-3 head-to-head in the Yokozuna's favor. Low charge from Tochinoumi inside with the right. Grip change from Wakachichibu. But deep inside with the left still is Tochinoumi. Tochinoumi, another grip change. He's double inside now. And drives out Wakachichibu Yorikiri. Well, that was some pretty skillful sumo from Tochinoumi. Did well to fight inside a much heavier opponent and force him out. Tochinoumi, 4th straight win. Things are looking better for the new Yokozuna. Takes some Kenshoken. Some fine action here on day 6. Plenty of Dikishi remain undefeated. Many of them senior. So this is a time to be looking at the top of the Banzuke for the real excitement. Well, thank you for joining me.